In 2022, the United States, as I said, became Kenya's largest export market, edging ahead of neighboring Uganda. Sorry about that, Uganda. In total, Kenya exported about 890 million goods to the United States last year. In addition, the United States exported around $600 million in goods to Kenya. $1.5 billion in total U.S.-Kenya trade, and it's fairly balanced and is expected to increase as the United States and Kenya negotiate the first of its kind bilateral trade agreement between the United States and a sub-Saharan African country. The Strategic Trade and Investment Partnership, known as STIP, referenced early, is definitely a step in the right direction. Sorry, I couldn't resist. This agreement, once signed, will be a model for the rest of the continent. So what does that mean for you? Well, entering Kenya now or expanding your business dramatically now in Kenya provides first mover advantages because labor, intellectual property rights, regulatory and other standards set here will help shape the business environment in the rest of the region. So, now you know why I am so enthusiastic about the Kenya investment climate. But I will note, there is room for improvement, just like in any country, including the United States. The Kenyan government, however, has made great strides and is committed to increasing the business-friendly environment. If it is to accomplish this goal, the government will have to address the following items, and the first is taxes. Kenya must have a consistent, transparent, and fairly administered national tax policy to attract and retain foreign direct investment and accelerate economic growth. As you all know, more work needs to be done to establish a durable tax framework, but we've been working with the President's team and CS Korea on this, and we expect some changes to be announced quite soon. Without a doubt, corruption is also a critical issue and one that must be addressed for Kenya to reach its full potential in all areas of development. Corruption leads to misuse of public resources, slows economic growth and job creation, and damages the investment climate. Corruption also undermines equal participation in the prosperity of this country and erodes public trust in institutions. However, while corruption does remain a challenge in Kenya, as in other developing markets, third-party measures of corruption indicate positive trends and modest progress in the last few years. According to the U.S. Millennium Challenge Corporation country scorecards for 2023, Kenya's score for control of corruption was 0.28, representing its third passing score in a row and the highest score to date. To put this number in context, and I bet this will surprise you, Kenya's 0.28 was superior to India's 0.18 and Vietnam's 0.19. Kenya, like many developing countries, is burdened with high debt, limiting its ability to invest in line with its ambitions. According to the IMF, Kenya's debt to GDP ratio is 69%, but this number is not an outlier among regional averages. For comparison, Malaysia's debt to GDP stood at 69% in 2021, and India's ratio was 83% in 2022. Another issue I often hear about is cargo clearance. And despite improving logistics infrastructure, the delivered cost of a container shipment to Kenya does remain significantly higher than container shipments landing in Europe or Asia.